Alright, so we are here. We are live in your living room. If you haven't already guessed, our special guest is Sean. He's the DK that we all look up to.
Let's not go too far.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I remember the first time I met you, you were playing a rogue in BC.
Yep.
You don't remember because you were drunk. But I was in Jared and Kyle's guild before I joined Dragon Blades, and I joined Mag Theridin Pug. And
Okay.
rogue tanking, right?
Oh shit! Yeah, I used to rogue tank.
Yeah. I went in, and so I was a warrior tank. So I charge a mob and I taunt him off you. I'm like, oh god, he's hitting a rogue. You flip your shit. Flip your shit completely. It's like, oh my god,
It never happens.
That does not sound like me at all.
Right?
I have not flipped my shit ever. Not in the last 24 hours. Wait,
like,
I can't say that.
Hey, he's drunk, man. Don't pay him any mind, anything like that. I'm like, dude, I really made him mad. And then come to find out, it's like, no, it's just Sean.
Yeah, I actually, to be honest, I don't fucking remember that at all.
Of
which
course,
pretty
why
much
would you?
tells.
Some jackhole warrior coming in, taunting off of you. Nah.
So you probably don't remember this though. The first time I raided with Harry, he said that he pulled some extra mobs. I lit him up too, talking about who's this fucking scrub in our fucking raid who's pulling extra shit. He needs to fucking die to fire. Corey, this is your fault. You need to get this fucker out of here right now.
Harry was saying that about you?
Yeah,
Harry?
That was the first time I met Harry. So I immediately went up on stock with him too, because he's like, that guy is a fucking asshole. I need to get to know him.
Well, he wasn't wrong.
So, but realistically, the real first memory that I have of raiding with Eric was when we hit Wrath of Lich King and Titan Grip was the thing. Do you remember that shit and the debate we had over that about fucking warriors getting an extra two-handed stat that nobody else got?
I think it was because warriors were taking an two-hander from you. I think I distinctly remember that.
Yes, that's exactly right. Well, you had that your boy back then. Fuck if I can remember that.
Carrion Crawl?
No. The Pally.
Lost Art?
Oh, fucking Phil could die in the fire too. Dur thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Liquor thing.
He's a realtor now. He's a realtor.
That seems right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the first time I remember hanging out with you, like seriously hanging out. I mean, we did hang out before that a little bit.
Was that in like 5-mans or was that raiding?
That was well, we did a couple 5-mans, but that's like when I solidified new day, because look, man, we might have been on a podunk server, but people didn't like stay with us. They would come in
as a giant asshole when you first hang out with him.
Look, man, you gotta remember who you're talking about. I hang out with assholes.
Sean comes off
Eric's like so fucking unapproachable the very first few times that you
I didn't feel like that.
Oh, dude,
man.
I did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I thought you were just a giant fucking dick. I was like in tells with Sean, like, who the fuck is this asshole think he is?
Seriously? No. When was this? Tell me when this was.
Look, dude, if I had a nickel for every time I got to tell who this fucking asshole think he is about X player, I would not have to work. I'm telling you that much right now.
The fucked up thing about the whole situation is like they're asking the biggest asshole who the next biggest asshole is.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest asshole in there? Sean! Who's the second asshole? You only have one asshole.
Let's be honest, our entire raid team is comprised of assholes and the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life.
It's like asshole, and Sarah.
Yeah. You're cool. Fuck you. You're cool. I'm out.
Boy,
that's pretty much. Well, now that we lost Lucas, that's like a big asshole.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and what the fuck, man? What? Oh yeah, that's right. He's a teacher. So
no, he's not a teacher. He went back to school.
Oh, he went back to school. I thought he was teaching because he's a
finish out his undergrad.
Doctor.
No, that's Snodge.
That's not.
Yeah. That's
No, he is a doctor.
Lucas is a doctor too.
No, fuck that. He's a doctor.
I know he's a doctor because the first time he fucking got in the raid with us, he's like, I'm Lucas. I'm a fucking doctor.
I can't wait till Lucas watches this.
Yeah, he checks the sites every so often. yeah. I don't know. Legion seemed to intrigue him. He might be coming back. That way, like, Snodge can go DPS. What do you really
He's coming back for tier 2 raid. That's it, right? The Dream.
Yeah, he's really excited about the Dream. He was like texting me all day during the reveal game.
He'll start school or fucking some sort of European trip or some shit shortly after and peace out. But maybe he'll not find us another replacement for him.
Right? It didn't work out so hot last time.
Where is that dude, by the way?
Snodge just dropped the mic.
He's fucking walked away.
Yeah. Wait. Sean's sharing the screen.
No, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Snodge was just over here, and I was like, he brought some beer over because he home brews, and I was like, no, we can't start drinking until we start the podcast.
I've been drinking for a while now.
Seriously? I've been holding back because last time I was like from minute 0,
fucking thoughts. That's why.
You guys weren't slurring as much as you were sucking each other's dick with the green. You couldn't agree with each other enough. You're like, hey, Pettis got a point. Hey, look, Eric's jumping on that like some fat kid on cake.
So, speaking of that, we did learn some lessons from podcast 1.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
So, we'll start out by saying that we are going to do this at least every other week, and probably have, for emergency things that happen, we're going to have some emergency podcasts to cover those. So expect these at least every 2 weeks and maybe more.
Hey, I got a question for you real quick. What the fuck constitutes an emergency podcast?
Well, like the fucking Legion announcement would have constituted an emergency podcast, right?
So is that going to start out beep 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 beep?
Oh yeah,
emergency
no
podcast.
Shit.
Okay,
no for sure.
Like,
Public service warning. For sure.
I hope you got a robo voice for that too.
Right. And we ramble way too fucking much. We learned that in the fucking first podcast.
Really? So the 45 minutes
of that so far.
yeah, we've mixed that right in the ass.
It's more like a goal than a rule. Yeah, we're just gonna try.
Yeah. Look, man. As long as alcohol is involved, there is going to be a certain amount of rumbling. That's just going to happen. Rambling, whatever.
Watch this.
Whatever.
Hey, give me a beer.
Talking about your.
It's gonna work. She's looking at me like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Don't do it, Holly! Don't do it!
Yeah, he's like, oh! He's like, you talking to me?
Yeah, I went down to the store that sells moonshine, and they didn't have any.
What? There's a store that sells moonshine?
Down south, we just go to our brother.
Yeah, dude, moonshine's like the new American vodka. They fucking sell that shit all over the place now. Granted, most of it comes in fucking mason jars, but
you can buy those from Walmart for like $4 for like a 24-pack.
Dude, yep. I have this idea. I want to start a restaurant/bar, and I want to serve all of my beer and drinks out of mason jars. That's the foundation.
All right, hold on. Your restaurant/bar foundation is serving drinks. There's nothing to do about cooking.
Yeah, fuck cooking.
Well, then it's not a bar.
Thank you.
It's not a bar if there's
cooking.
You
didn't open it? What the fuck?
Yes, that twist off is so difficult to operate.
You're bragging about someone brought you a beer. Is that what you're saying? Is that what this is about?
All right. Moving on before I get my ass kicked.
Well, like Sean said, we argue too much, but like Aaron said the same thing. Like Aaron said, we didn't argue. We agree with each other.
Yeah, we needed more argument.
Well, that's what we have Sean for.
Here's my thoughts on this. Yeah, that was going to be my little punchline. Well, we brought Sean in for that, but you beat me to it, so fuck you. Hey. Anyway, so here are my thoughts on that. I hate, like, you know, you watch those ESPN shows or you listen to NPR and you have an antagonist and a protagonist, and they're obviously there to counter each other.
You listen to NPR?
You don't?
Are we? I mean, really?
Look,
so
dude,
you have these people who are obviously enrolled.
I'm impressed and shocked at the same time.
Look, you gotta listen to NPR, you gotta read the Huffington Post, and you gotta read the fucking Onion. Because here's the best part. The Onion. The Huffington Post has fucking 0 legs to stand on, like Pettit with not reading quest text. But let's talk about that. Because the Huffington Post has actually reposted Onion stories thinking it was legit news.
Were they really?
Yeah.
You're shitting me.
I'm not kidding. In my opinion, if you get to that point, you need just to fucking close your door. Because if you can't tell between satire and real life, you are fucking done.
Hey, man, if you're making money, fuck it.
Right.
Right? So, if we agree on something, my thoughts are if we agree on something, we're going to agree. And, you know, that's just how the fuck. I'm not going to argue just for the sake of argument. So
me and Pettit are practically brothers. I mean, he sounds a lot weirder than I do.
Worder?
Worder?
He sounds a lot worder. I was just kidding, dude.
You're not kidding.
Hey, Erdian, is this better?
Why you gotta be like that? That's all I'm saying.
Oh man. Yeah. So we have video this time, right? This is awesome.
Yep. I had some Ironforge PvP, but I couldn't get that shit lined up, and I got so. I said I was gonna edit the last video and post it for everybody to see, but I got about 45 minutes into it, which rendered about 15 minutes of video. Seriously. And my video editing software crashed, and I lost everything. Now, that pissed me off a little bit, and I lost the monitor in the process. So
bullshit.
That video is probably yeah.
I thought you were doing it at work.
Hold on.
Here at work.
Hold on. Confirmation, didn't I? And some holes in the wall.
Hold on. I'm just going to mention, you might as well have your webcam pointed at Holly the whole time, because there's a much more pleasant picture than looking at your bud.
She isn't comfortable with it, but
what? She looks comfortable.
Fuck her comfort.
What is she doing over there? What is she doing? Is she like?
She's playing WoW. She's playing WoW. See? Yeah. See? She's playing WoW.
Wow.
Wow
is playing WoW.
So I just want to point out we got all 3 food groups represented: beer, wine, and real booze.
So Sean, tell us what your thoughts were on the first podcast.
Honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I laughed my ass off for most of it, but I really thought you guys agreed way too much. You need to have at least some kind of dissenting view here and there to spice it up.
Well,
overall, I enjoyed it.
Well, that's why we have special guests from now on.
There you go.
Yeah, and we're gonna make sure they're antagonistic.
Fair enough. I understand that I'm the special guest that checks 2 boxes. The special meaning short bus, and special meaning not all the time.
Right.
Politically correct. Out the window.
Fuck that noise.
Have you read the disclaimer to our site, for fuck's sake? We've offended everybody and just telling people we're not trying to offend everybody.
Look, dude, while I'm doing this, I'm actually watching girl-on-girl porn.
Oh, God. No. You can't say that. You can't say that.
What? Why can't I say that? That's what I'm doing.
You did.
You say...
I need you to concentrate. Dude, this is a professional podcast, for fuck's sake.
The second you introduce alcohol, professionalism is out the window.
No.
You
can't even put 2 words together right now.
You've got
tell me about
I'm trying to think of professional alcoholism, to tell you the truth. John Daly, motherfucker. That dude could hit a golf ball a mile wide and just How's a kite?
Oh shit!
So,
all right,
I'm going to do some John Madden right here. If these boys want to finish this podcast, they're going to need to drink a little less.
we're for another 3-hour endeavor.
No. We're on schedule, dude. I got a timer right here. We're on schedule.
I'm glad.
We're on schedule. We're actually a minute ahead of schedule.
Perfect.
Well, let's fucking slow it down then. That means that.
No, this is not going to be a 3-hour podcast. It's going to be 1 hour. We're scheduled for 1 hour and 15 minutes. 17 minutes.
So,
hey, let's go.
At 1 hour and 15 minutes, though. Dude, Sean, you got your achievement for the flying thing, right?
Yeah, dude, I finished that in like. Well, once I realized that it was going to be that achievement, I finished it in like a day and a half.
You had like most of that shit finished within the first week of the drop of WoD.
Oh yeah. Well, realistically though, season 4 of Diablo starts next week, so I'm finishing up my season 3 play. Which season 3 stops or finishes tomorrow.
So you created a seasonal character, obviously. Did you get what you thought you were going to get out of it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. The seasonal play is where it's at, man, because you got to start from scratch each time. And granted, you're going to have those motherfuckers that are, Twitch streaming and whatever that are using every exploit they can to get through everything. But as a legit player, and by that I mean the guy that plays by himself mostly and just pushes through the content, the season play is extremely challenging and a lot of fun.
What level did you get up to?
I capped out and I got Paragon level 600 in one season. So I'm really happy for that.
Wow. What rift did you get? What was the highest?
I got up to Solo Rift 49, Greater Rift 49. So I guess that translated into something like if it were just normal play, it would be like level 110 or something like that. I don't remember the exact ratio, but yeah. But dude, Diablo. I know that not a lot of people are down with dungeon crawlers, which is what Diablo is classified as, but dungeon crawlers are extremely fun for me. It reminds me of old school, and I mean really old school video games.
You're talking like beginning of EverQuest.
Yes.
Old school, yeah.
You're not watching porn. I could see the reflection in one of your posters back there. You're like a fucking...
That's because I turned it off. You said it wasn't legit to have up, so I turned it off.
You can have it up. You just can't tell everybody.
All right, well, I'm going to put up some Lexi Bell again.
All right, Jesus Christ.
No, all right, so
Eric, what are your thoughts on... obviously, we're talking about flying. We're talking about 6.2.2. It's dropping in September. Eric, what are your thoughts on the mercenary PvP?
Mercenary? I want to talk about flying before we get to that.
Oh, you want to talk about that fucking flying?
It's horseshit, really.
Yeah, it is dumb. That's why I was kind of glazing over it. But
expansion's ending, and then all of a sudden when you get flying...
Well, it was supposed to be here already. Like they were supposed to drop 6.2 like at the beginning of this month, I think. But they said they've had some bugs or whatever, had some trouble getting flying implemented in Dreanor because they didn't design the expansion around flying at all, and then they fucking caved.
Listening to a bunch of fucking crybabies.
Yeah, they caved, and now they're having trouble.
Well, some developers developed with flying, some developers developed without flying because it's just the way development works and shit like this. I've been working in that industry.
But I've heard multiple times from multiple people, people on the PTR use Flight Pass and time themselves, and then they go from point A to point B on their flying mount at 310%, and they actually get there faster on the flight path.
Yeah, I've actually seen that too, and that's not just on like Blizzard's forums that have posted that. It's also on some third-party forums that are posting the exact same thing. So Blizzard is caving in, but at the same time, they're saying, "Look, you can fly, but you're not going to get any real advantage from it."
It's essentially a novelty, because essentially what Blizzard is saying is you can have this novelty if you want it, but we've implemented tons of mechanics for you to travel around Dreanor in a much more efficient fashion. So
and this is my take on it. I'm sorry, Eric. I didn't mean to jump on you, but I'm going to. Look, I actually enjoyed this content more, not being able to fly, than fucking Pandaria or Cataclysm.
For sure.
Because I got to see zones, I got to see individual quests, I got to fight my way through, going, oh god, if I want to go back and turn these quests in, I'm going to have to fucking fight my way through. Well, so what? But I still got to see shit and do shit that I wouldn't have otherwise done.
I agree. I can't. Doing the level process, I completely agree with that. But when you're level motherfucking 100, running through Frostfire Ridge, and some son of a bitch hits you and dazes you and knocks you off your mount, fuck that shit.
Stables for the win, bro.
That's right. I was just going to say, didn't they give us stables so you don't have to worry about that?
They gave us other stuff. I
other stuff.
No, look, well, to me, I could care less about flying right now because it's at the end of the expansion. If we had another tier after this, I would completely say flying's awesome, but what's at the end of the expansion? It's basically like the pre-expansion patch for Legion. Like, oh look, here you go, you could have flying. So what am I gonna do with that? I'm tired of farming shit in Tanan. I use flight points for anything anyway. One thing I'm gonna use it for is fly down from my fucking garrison to my shipyard to build another fucking ship.
I have to be the only motherfucker in our guild that has not lost a ship from the shipyards yet.
Dude, fuck you.
You care too much.
Fuck you.
You know what? You say that, but I don't have a single fucking undead crew, which is, I guess, essential. And so, yeah, I'm hurting that way. So I even send my shit out on risky missions, and I have not yet lost a ship. So I'm like, fuck you, Blizzard. I need to fucking lose a ship. Can you at least let me lose a ship here and there so we can fucking replace my crews?
Yeah, that's what Eric hit the nail on the head. You care too much. You go down to your goddamn shipyard, you fucking talk to the vendor, you buy like 6 of whatever fucking attachment you need, and you fucking clip it on your goddamn ships as you send them out. And nobody else on Earth wants to fucking go through that shit.
You know what, though? I enjoy the shipyards. I know that not everybody does, but I enjoy it.
You're in such a minority.
Just go back and watch freaking Girl on Girl porn, because that was less offensive than what you just said.
Look, okay, I'll tell you why I enjoy it. Look, I have to actually, I know there are mods out there you can use, Master Planner or whatever, that will tell you what you need to have on your ship in order to make that work. But I would rather do it myself and figure out what I need to have on my ships. And here's what I think they did better on ships than Garrison. With the ships, you actually have to think about it. With the Garrison, you have to go out and you can have 3 or 4 followers and you can accomplish every fucking mission out there. You don't have to think about it. With the ship missions, you have to think about every one you're doing because you only get 2 ships, and every fucking one of them has different requirements. So you can't just send the same 2 ships out on every single mission that you want to accomplish.
Oh, well, that's true, and that's what I hate about it.
I can't help that you're, stubborn.
I got my sleep chart. I got my sleep chart. I got my legendary ring. I'm never doing ships again.
I know where you went to college, Eric. So you know what? You can say what you want, but I know, bro. I know.
If the attachments were 250 garrison resources and the vendor moved up to the fucking garrison when I got level 3, I wouldn't mind at all. That would be, 500 garrison resources, god damn. I gotta make money with that shit. Right? That shit's gotta go on the auction house.
Look, man.
I want Sleeper Sushi on the auction house. You're stealing my garrison resources.
How much does Sleeper Sushi on the auction house?
Enough.
Here, hold on a second. I'll roll over to my trade.
And you're selling them for money? You're fucking such a dick.
You need Sleeper Sushi, dude? I got like 20 stacks of that shit. I'll send you some.
I have enough.
I put it in the guild bank. I put all my Sleeper Sushi. It's really hard to say right now.
Look, man.
Look, I'm also probably the only dude in the guild that actually enjoys fishing too. So let's just leave it at that. Bullshit, dude. How many dudes you got maxed at fishing?
2. 2
out of how many? How many you got at 100?
No. He plays at work.
I have 10 tunes at 100. I don't play at work anymore.
I have 5.
I hope my boss never sees this.
I don't play at work. No. I have
never played at work.
By work, they mean my second job at my home.
Yeah, they mean when I'm contracting for myself.
Okay, so a stack of sleeper sushi right now is about 400 gold. Jesus Christ, I'm sitting on like goddamn 40,000 gold right now.
You have like a stack of 200 or a stack of 20?
Stacks of 20 are 400 gold.
I'm going to the guild bank.
See, now there's something that pisses me off is the fucking trading post in the garrison. That shit pisses me off. Because if I want to use the auctioneer at the trading post, no. The trading post as a whole is cool, but if I want to use the auctioneer, I got to go into Asheran.
Oh, yeah.
And Asheran can fuck a piece of shit because that place fucking sucks.
That auctioneer, that motherfucker is so hard to get.
Yeah, I still have it. I got like 8.
Yeah.
I got 8 trading posts. Not one of them has the fucking auctioneer.
I'm 2 pieces from getting it, not spending that money on that Asheran shit, nor am I grinding it.
No.
Sean did.
Asheran.
I actually only bought 1 piece off the auction house, and it cost me 25K. Some asshole was just, begging to get taken, so I took it.
Did you resell it?
No, man. Well, it's the Asheran pieces, dude. No fucking Horde player wants to fucking go into Asheran because Asheran is heavily favored for the Alliance.
Yeah, but it's Alliance and Horde now, so.
Well, only because of mercenary play, but that's another topic, and I have a point. I actually have a solution for their fucking mercenary play, which is not their idea.
Perfect.
But they fucking stole from everybody else. It's not even one other MMO, but they stole that shit from other MMOs in order to solve, and they fucking did it wrong.
Well, they're not trying to hide that fact. They've said that.
Well, yeah, but here,
idea.
Look, here's my solution for the whole fucking PvP issue. Get rid of fucking Horde and Alliance faction as enemies. Period.
Not gonna
Let's be honest. Okay, who are the big holdouts from a lore perspective? Who are the big holdouts from a lore perspective? Garage? Fucking dead. Prince Varian, King Varian, or whatever you want to fucking call him, he's the only holdout. Thrall and Jaina Proudmoore, who are, from a lore perspective, the real leaders of both factions, wanted to have a truce. And in Legion, you've got the fucking Burning Legion coming back. And they wanted to unite forces again to fight those originally. Why not just write in a little bit of story and eliminate the faction play altogether? That way you don't have to worry about it because you can have Alliance classes and races playing with Horde classes and races, and you eliminate the problem 100%. You're going to have more balanced PvP because your teams are going to be a cross-faction anyway. You don't have to come up with some fucking gimmick mechanic of mercenary to accomplish the same idea.
2 things. Jaina is a bitch, and she hates everything now. So, you remember at the end... She's sexy, though. You remember at the end... you remember at the end of the SOO raid, and she goes... Varian, just slit their fucking throats. Just kill them. And then in Legion, apparently she's going off and she's pissed off. She doesn't lead the Kirin Tor anymore, right? That's Khadgar because Jaina got pissed off, and the Kirin Tor is back to being a traditionally neutral faction or whatever.
Well, they had to for fucking WoD.
I need fact checkers on this. Where's Aaron? She's not
Second thing.
Where's Aaron at?
If they're never going to do that. They're never going. They love it, the Horde and Alliance divide. But and I'm with you when you say who are the major holdouts because we've been cooperating for like 4 expansions now.
Yeah.
3 or 4 expansions now. I know what you're saying, and it's like okay, like we can get along to defeat Deathwing, and we can get along to defeat the Shah. We can get along to defeat the Iron Horde. Why can't we all just get along all the time? I understand where you're coming from, but Blizzard loves their fucking Alliance Horde divide, and apparently in Legion they're supposed to reinvigorate it. So.
Well, I know they love it, dude. I mean, that is obvious because they fucking sabotage every single attempt to actually bring them together.
Yeah, well, and
But from a mechanics perspective, that's how you fix PvP. That's how you fix all this fucking imbalance between factions. You just get rid of the fucking factions. And from a lore perspective, it's totally within shot, but they won't do it.
I've read a lot on the mercenary stuff, and I've seen nothing. I've seen the only people that I see that are even remotely for it are people who are going, okay, this looks like it has a chance to work, and we'll give it a shot. We'll try it, because, you know, why the fuck not? I'm going to play the game anyway.
Well, what's the ratio? The last time I checked, it was like 4-to-1 play alliance.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's really bad.
And as long as you have that, well, no, I mean in general, you don't even have to go PvP. I mean, in general, across all servers, it's like 4-to-1.
Yeah.
And that was a stat from like 6 years ago, and it's only gotten worse since then.
Yeah, it's only gotten worse because of the human racial. You know, as far as PvP goes, the human racial continues to dominate in the arena. So, as far as PvP goes, everybody who's serious about PvP and wants to compete in the upper echelons of PvP go or alliance, and they go human.
Unless you're laser chicken.
Well,
or
humans can't be fucking druids.
Fucking druids.
So I don't think mercenary is the answer either. However, we covered this in the last podcast too.
Well, it's a band-aid like the horde racial buff.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
A band-aid. It's retarded.
You know, as much as people hate it, if they did this, it would probably fix a lot of the faction problems too. If they're not going to eliminate the factions, to bring back Will of Forsaken. Let it be as powerful as it used to be.
I hate you so much. You get delivery. How do you get delivery?
And I covered this in the last podcast. I think they're going to fix.
Which hour was it? Which hour did you cover this?
Yeah, I have no idea. That's why I'm going to throw it out here.
Hour 6. I think it was
fix the faction imbalance in PvP with the talent system by throwing the trinket into the talent system. Pretty much rendering the human racial useless, making the horde racials fucking amazing.
Well, they also did something in Legion that needed to be done about 6 years ago. In that, a PvP talent system or ability system has been introduced, or will be introduced, I should say. That should have been done a long time ago. I mean, when we were doing our 3v3s every fucking week, going, okay, well, this week I'm gonna have to tank, so I got to drop one of my specs, go respec, pick up my PvP spec, so I can go in and do my thing. Having that as a separate ability system is going to be helpful and will eliminate a lot of that.
Yeah, I agree. It's way overdue.
I just can't believe they took this long. Well,
they're stubborn motherfuckers, man.
You know what? It's not Blizzard as much as it is Activision. Activision is a bunch of fucks, and the Blizzard guys are more or less, they love the purity of the game. It's Activision that fucks them every single time.
It's changed.
That's like it's not get on the Activision Blizzard. That's like we could plan a whole podcast for that.
Yeah, we could.
And so
sorry, my bad.
What was it? Point whatever. Rambles too much. Yeah,
okay.
That's where we are. We need to move on because we're running out of time.
Okay.
So, what about the current WoD? The current WoD.
Struggle bus.
Oh God,
the struggle is real.
No, so this is the last patch of the game. Pettit and I kind of touched on this on the last podcast. It was mumbled somewhere in there at some point.
It was probably slurred around and
how now brown cow? How now brown cow? I want to talk about how the game currently sits. I have a few particular opinions about that, but me and Pettit talked about rating and how we think it is right now. It is in HFC. But I want to get Sean's take on it. Sean, how do you feel about rating in this tier?
I currently enjoy the current tier of rating. I do. I think that, you know, they were able to eventually come to some fixes with flex rating. It allows guilds to either be big or small instead of either having to focus on 10 or 25 man.
No, there's still an imbalance between having a 10-player flex and having a 30-player flex.
And we've
absolutely
hit that wall.
Absolutely. But how are you going to fix that? Yeah. I mean, with their current system of using PvP as the measure as to whether classes are balanced or not, then you're always going to have balance issues in PvE, and that's what rating is. That is the PvE standard. But they have not used rating as a standard since BC. So as long as you use PvP to balance your classes, then you're always going to run into issues. But again, with what
specific issues are we running into in HFC that's correlated to PvP?
Okay, so right now your healers need to be at least a disc priest, which is in PvP having a disc priest is an extreme advantage. Having a really good druid healer is also an extreme advantage, but again goes back to PvP. But they're never going to nerf a druid because that is the #1 loved class for Blizzard.
The druid debate. You said the D word. You said the D word.
No. Look, realistically, there are 3 loved classes for Blizzard: Paladin, Druid, DK.
Let's get this out there. Sean fucking hates druids.
You're goddamn right I hate druids.
Yes!
I agree.
Oh, man. I remember sitting there at BlizzCon when that druid
Laser Chicken. Let's give him a name, because that's who it was, Laser Chicken. Now, great, he was probably the best druid we ever saw.
He's like started throwing chairs in the middle of BlizzCon. You're just like flipping his shit over druids. This guy, like
directly after we saw a monk, Rising Sun kick the fuck out of a healer and drop him.
Okay, yeah, monks did have the sun for a little bit, but they have since been thrown into the outer darkness. Let's not lie.
Fair enough.
But druids will never be there. Neither will paladins, and neither will be DKs.
So I actually agree with you. I think rating in this tier is pretty exceptional. I love what they've done with rating as far as WoD goes, and Blizzard really likes it too. They've said that in the expansion announcement. They've said that they're going to stick with this model, and
it works.
This one's for Arid. I hate it. Hate it.
Why do you hate it, bro?
This tier because one motherfucker being a douche can fuck the entire raid.
But that's how it should be for in-game play.
Do you raid with the same people we raid with?
Okay, but look, we can't all compensate.
One person can fuck it up for everybody. Let's take the AFK fucking Ian. Ian, I love you, dog. But when you decided to vominos and wouldn't answer us,
that blood right by Kilrog.
Right, like literally in melee range of Kilrog, and you're a hunter.
I can see where you're coming from too.
Anyway.
But they've definitely the way that they've constructed rating and the
okay, even that, all that being said, that if there was one thing that I could change, is the way that they handle sets. When we did ICC in Wrath of the Lich King, where I think it was
I got some feels.
Was it Valor Points back then? I don't remember what it was called, but everybody could buy their set gears, right, and get their gear, and then you had to get the tokens to upgrade them. Yep. That was a great idea because then you no longer have that issue of, well, now we would call it, do you have to go personal loot? Do we go ML or master looter? Do we go this way? Do we go that way? You knew that if a person was going to dedicate their time, they were going to get it. Now, they don't want to have to add those points for standard play, but you could say, well, if you want to buy your sets, fucking grab some Fellblights, because your Fellblights are out there. You need 20 Fellblights for this piece. You need 20 Fellblights for that. You need 20
give me all like personal loot versus master loot.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, personal loot versus master loot. That's like dumb as shit. All right, we're gonna make personal loot better, drop more shit, but it's not necessarily gonna benefit your group, right? Yeah, it's not.
Dude, on paper, personal loot looks awesome. In practice,
exactly.
I don't know. I have issues with personal loot. I think it looks good on paper, but in practice, it comes out fucking looking not so good.
No.
So,
and I'll tell you about my 4 sets of the same fucking pants to tell you that.
What we've all come to is the development and the aesthetics, the encounters, and the mechanics of the encounters are fucking awesome, right? None of us can disagree with that, right?
No, I definitely disagree. I'm going Aaron on this one. Hated them. I need a way for the good players to make up for the bad players.
No. Mechanics. I'm talking mechanics like the bosses have.
Don't you get me started with this tanks not being able to fucking talk Zohoric at the right time? I'm going to take him and say Shadowfell.
Can we say that when I say mechanics, when I say mechanics, I say there's something for everyone to do at all times. Like you can't just fucking zone out and just fucking you can't go AFK to get a beer anymore. Like you have to, and which is counterproductive from your point of view, but. Okay, let's take mechanics out of it. They've done some really good development. The feel of the raid is good. The fucking storyline and everything outside of one player fucking everything up they've really put in some good work for raiding.
Yeah. So are we excluding Andy from that? Who's
yes.
Ninja AFK should be a feat of strength.
Let me do this, Eric.
A feat of strength. Yeah. I'm like,
all right.
God, BlizzCon, I'm lobbying for the Andy feat of strength.
And blanket party? Can we do a blanket party? Hell yeah, blanket party!
Blanket party.
I got myself, bro. I got myself Irish Spring. That's what we're gonna bring.
So, if we could get rid of Ian and Andy out of our raids, you would love raiding. That's what you're saying.
No.
God damn it.
No, because we need fucking ranged people. I want them to be better. Okay, all right. I want them to be not keyboard turners. I said it. It's on the internet now.
So
I want them to be fucking mouse turners, not keyboard turners.
So Ian may be one of the absolute best players I've ever played with, and you can't, regardless of his playtime, you have to admit that.
Thanks.
You have to admit that. The issue is that his playtime is limited. Andy, on the other hand, is his heart is in the right place. He wants to play well, and I love Andy to death, and I will never say anything against that. His keyboard turning and his clicking,
he can listen to this.
They need to fix that.
Sean,
and we have tried to fix that, and I want him to do better.
Rating was good, with a couple key exceptions.
No, dude. I will give Andy props on this one. Like on our last Kilrog attempt, that dude was all over fucking. He was on his.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
dude, he was. Yeah.
But other things.
It just takes a little while to warm up.
Dude, he was on it, dude. I was so.
This is like his 17th Kilrog kill, and he's like, "Fuck yeah,
I'm on it now."
Yeah.
And you can say what you want. I love Andy to death, man.
Yeah, no, we all do. We all do.
Andy's awesome.
Andy's a character, man. He's just.
He is awesome.
I gotta go. My wife stubbed her hoe.
What? What's he stubbed her toe on? A spider wing. He stubbed her toe on a spider wing. How does that fucking happen?
This is gonna be every podcast. We're gonna talk about Andy.
And then he takes a picture. He's like, "This is why I had to
bad for this guy."
He's also the subject of our group text Tuesday right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Thousand Andy excuses he's holding some Rolodex, which is a legendary piece.
Nice. Yeah, so I don't like HFC because of that simple fact. And you going back to the healers, since I do heal, I think I know a little more about it than you, Mr.
Yeah,
Sean.
you do. Oh.
The Disc Priest is mandatory, so is a Holy Paladin. And they're not particularly engaging, and I don't enjoy playing one. But I think there's an understated role for a Shaman. right now shamans are like the raid healing monsters. They're awesome at it. And so if you have basically if you're doing a 4 healer setup like we do a lot of times because we don't know if we're gonna have 20 DPS or 10 DPS. We just don't know.
That's our
Both of which are below average, by the way.
God bless. I just don't even want to talk about this anymore at this point. Alright, let's move on to the next topic, damn it.
Alright, bonus weekends.
Look, I do agree with you, though, with healers, and I do think that in Legion, with having PvP, having its own abilities and putting them on their own tree, I think that a lot of this issue goes away.
I also think that I agree with you, Eric, there should be a little more leeway. Like, there should be a little more room in normal, for some shitty deep players.
Well, normal is where you do pull your, your below average players, isn't it? I mean, that's what that's for, right? Not LFR, because LFR is for fucking short bus and retards. So we're talking about normal.
Preach it. Preach it. I haven't even done LFR HFC because I refuse.
Oh, I have.
Yeah,
dude, you
bad,
don't even want to.
I think I did LFR BRF just to get my Black Can hand before we killed Black Hand.
It's bad. Well, okay, so those weekend bonuses, huh?
Right?
Dude, I actually like the weekend events. I think that's a good call on Blizzard's part.
I knew you would say that.
No, I don't mind them.
Look, okay, so some of the stuff, it makes it feel grindy. So if it's a weekend, for either time walking or mythic, you got to grind out 5 dungeons, and with doing pugs for that shit, you might as well shoot yourself in the face.
You mean like 5 bonus objectives in a weekend?
No, that quest is busted. So if you pick up that quest and you walk away and then walk back, you can turn it in.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you like Sean and you like do daily quest every damn day, like you go and pick up the Apex's bonus crystal and it automatically completes, and he goes and just turns it in. He's like, done.
He's like,
if you're like me,
you
like
gave
me
it,
and you hate
you
daily
30% effort, you're done.
You're like,
those goddamn Diablo exploiters. I don't mind the weekend system. I really actually kind of like it. I like it mostly for time walking, and that's
time walking. I want to see more damn dungeons.
Yeah.
Than the other 4. What is
Give me all of them.
Oh, agreed, Eric. That is an awesome idea. They really need to expand.
Yeah, it is a really good idea, and if you have a tune that's that actually is cool around that level or above that level, you can level your tunes in those dungeons, which is fucking sweet.
Yeah.
But
I love Burning Crusade dungeons. I like Wrath of the King. I ran Wrath of the Lich King a lot. But the Burning Crusade, I'm really tired of running fucking Sethic Halls. I'm really tired of running... What's the other one?
Well, you'll notice that they actually excluded the hard dungeons from BC.
Alcatraz?
Alcatraz was a hard one.
Mechanar, not a hard one. Everybody run that shit.
Yeah, Mechanar is a fucking joke to walk
Don't
through.
Get that. I want to see me some slabs.
Yes.
Shattered Halls. No, Shattered Halls is one of them. Shattered Halls is one of the hardest ones. But
but it was only hard because of the time limit. If you were just going to go through it and crawl it, then it was easy. It wasn't hard. It was only because of the time limit to stall the execution.
Dude.
Yeah, I think they should put them all in.
On my undergeared rogue, undergeared because I was like underleveled rogue, we like the gauntlet that you had to go through in the hallway. We just went straight to the boss. We just gathered everything and went there. It's like, it's not any harder.
All right, dude. You roll that with me, and I'll pull it the way it's supposed to be pulled for you one time. But you do that in a pug, and I guarantee you get that one tank that goes, oh, I gotta fight this shit in the wrong place, so I'm gonna pull fucking 26,000 mobs that I'm not supposed to pull.
So you want me to do it with Pettit? What you want me to do? I think I've done that.
I know
I'm gonna go
that
ahead and check that off because I've done it.
I know that I'm a tad bit more conservative than our tanks. Corey and Pettit are fucking mega pullers. The second they can go, okay, you know what? I got 5 people here, so and I'm fucking bored right now, so I'm gonna pull half the zone in order to get this shit done because I'm fucking bored.
And I'm down with that as a healer. Like it's really hard to make the game engaging, right? Unless you do shit like that.
Well, I'm trying to get fucking people there so they can pull at a reasonable rate, and I can't pull because I can't get people summoned because they're fucking pulling.
Fuck that. Fuck that. If there's people there and they can kill it, we're pulling that shit.
So you mentioned tanking on your DK, right? So
yes, I did.
Whenever Pettit decides to be Phil or Corey decides to be Phil, you're a backup tank, right?
Yep, I do tank on occasion.
DKs are performing in PvE, both tanking and DPS wise. I know you've in tanking. You know, I've looked at our logs and whatnot, and I've actually healed you, especially in BRF. Some fights you've done fucking amazing on. You've done really good on all of them. I can't say the same for our tanks consistently, but you've done average or above average whenever you've tanked. How do you feel it is? Yeah, I'm talking to you, motherfucker.
As for the most part, tanking is. I don't find it that complicated, but I've been playing DK fairly consistently since their release. I do know that, you know, if you're not familiar with DK tanking, it can be a bit of a challenge. Currently, at least in the current raid content, it's not overly complicated, and I think it brings some advantages. I don't think that you're going to see DKs go away from one of Blizzard's favorite classes anytime soon, simply because in the lore you have certain classes that show up a lot. And now that they're introducing the hero class of Demon Hunter, I think for Paladins, Demon Hunters, and Druids, you're going to add Demon Hunter to that. Or, sorry, the Paladins, DKs, and Druids, you're going to add Demon Hunter.
Yeah, it's like, if it's a hero class, it's going to be a tank.
Yeah, they're going to be a tank.
We just made a connection, a correlation. Hero classes are always going to be tanks.
Yep, absolutely. Because they're the ones that stand out. They're the ones that stand up. They're the ones that, you know, in a true raiding guild, your predominant or your showcase class is always your tanks. Always. You're going to have plenty of DPS that can pull DPS, but granted, if we lose a DPS, you can go out and recruit one to replace them. But tanks, good tanks, are hard to come by. And,
no shit. Look at our progress.
Look at our shitty ass tanks.
Yeah, right.
So
I got purple. I'm gonna top green. Boom.
So that being said, you know, with DKs, I am glad to see though that they're finally realized. Look, we're going to have Frost spec as a spec, but we're going to really push them to be dual wield as opposed to two-hander.
I think it'll help with balancing.
You like that?
Frost and Unholy.
Like or not, Eric, it needed to happen. Having 2 specs within one single talent tree is a fucking mess. Because currently
honestly, there's a precedent for like them breaking it out. I mean, Feral Druid versus Guardian Druid, you know?
Right, but at the same time, the Druids are the truly only roles. 4 spec.
I said the D word. Oh God.
They're the only 4-role player in the game. They have a ranged, a melee, a tank, and a healer. That's all their own. With DKs, you had 3 melee classes and 1 tank. Well, that shit is problematic. And when they took Mastery the way they did in WoD, they busted the shit out of Frost. And in order to fix it, they fixed Mastery to a certain extent, but it only fixed it for dual wielding. For two-handers, it's still broken because dual wielding actually depends more on your strength build than your actual Mastery. And with that, you end up being busted. So if I want to be two-handed Frost, then I'm going to be at the bottom. And that's actually my favorite way to play Frost. And I really don't like playing Unholy, but even today I said, well, let's try some shit. So I spec'd Unholy, and I threw in some gems, and I threw in some enchants, and I fucking went into a couple of plugs. I got on looking for group, not LFR, and went into Black Rock Foundry, and was not only the top DPS, but I was top DPS for like 20%. So, you know, and that's with at the current rate gear, and I was not the only DK in the room.
Unholy?
Oh yeah,
So,
I'm unholy right now. So if I show you my game feed, you'll see mine.
I got it. So, did you spec Frost, and then do LFR, and then spec Unholy and do LFR, and compare the direct results? You just went in there and.
Well, no, I already have logs for Frost in those instances, just to see practicing Frost and with dual wielding, and the rune management for Unholy is actually fairly easy compared to Frost. Frost actually gets fairly complicated when it comes to rune management.
Do you like that gameplay?
Oh, I love it. It actually keeps me attentive. It says, okay, if I've got this rune up or I've got that rune up, then I need to be doing this and this and this. But if I'm doing Unholy, I just got to go, okay, don't do the same 3 abilities or the same ability twice in a row. So I can go Festering Strike, I can do Scourge Strike, and Death Coil. As long as I don't do them 2 in a row, I'm going to fucking own it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the key that nobody bothers to tell you. You can watch 100,000 YouTube videos, and you can read up on Noxic and Icy Banes and even Summoning Stone, which is pretty fucking awesome, but they're shutting down. And as long as you don't...
Noxic shutting down?
No, Summoning Stone. SummonStone.com.
I've never even seen that one. Hey,
Dude,
they're not a sponsor. Don't say that word. Don't say that. They're not a sponsor.
SummonStone.com was one of the top rating fields in the world, and but they're closing their doors.
So Sean, what do you think about what do DKs look like in Legion?
Ultimately, we still have to see, but because they're one of the top 3 or 4 favorite classes that Blizzard has, I think they stick around. I still think they're going to be favored in DPS or
I think the fact that you're getting fucking remnants of Frostmourne, and you're just going to...
Yeah.
That in and of itself just speaks fucking volumes.
Yeah, well, then like a Survivor Hunter gets his random-ass polearm.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Did we not say that? Yeah.
Here's a polearm. Go melee shit.
Yeah, that's some pretty crazy shit, right?
DKs, Frostmourne.
Well, dude, what's fucking Arthas? Arthas is a fucking DK. So, you know, maybe not initially. What was he initially? A Paladin. So he goes from Paladin to DK.
So, Sean, Ebonhold, Ice Crown, or Arcturus?
I believe that Ebonhold will be the class area, but I don't know that it'll necessarily be in the same area that it's in right now.
What?
I think it'll relocate.
You already go back to Arcturus right now, right? To change.
No, we go to Ebonhold.
What? You don't. No.
Well, Arcturus, Ebonhold is the same fucking place.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Ebonhold was that place at the top of Ice Crown Glacier or whatever.
No. Roll a DK and hit Deathgate and see where you end up.
Arcturus.
Ebonhold.
What?
You think it's so? You think it's going to essentially DKs are really the only class? That's not true. Monks have kind of the same thing.
Sorta, yeah.
Yeah. So DKs are kind of unique in the fact that they have kind of a class hall right now. You think it's going to stay the same, huh?
Well, it will be. I don't see why they would change it, but I could see where they would change the location. Ice Crown, not Ice Crown Citadel, but Ice Crown seems like a logical place to put it.
I'm stuck on this one place.
Okay, so I'm at the tooltip right now. Eric at Deathgate opens a gate which Death Knights can use to return to Ebonhold. Using Deathgate while in Ebonhold will return the Death Knight back to or near their departure point.
I thought Ebonhold is where I could go buy that cool jagged little Christmas tree sword and Ice Crown.
No, that's oh, God dang it! Now I can't remember. Hold on, I'll go there.
I don't play DK. Tried
Dude,
it.
I love DK.
Hey, DK.
Why do you hate? Why do you hate DK? I know why Corey doesn't like DK. Sorry, I know why Gizzard doesn't like DK.
It's okay. He's affectionately Corey on group text Tuesday.
Fair enough. Love that dude, man.
No, but I mean, you know, like recently they revealed that like the Hunter class hall is going to be in the new area, like High Mountain or something like that. There's a Hunter's Hall up there.
I really think that's a mistake.
Yeah, I do too. I really think it should be either been Sholazar Basin.
Oh,
that's not a bad one.
The original Legrand, right next to Hemet.
Yeah.
Or Stranglethorn Vale, right next to Hemet, right?
Yeah.
I think
it all needs to be classic. It needs to be nostalgic and feel like your class.
Why Hemet though? Why Hemet though?
He's a hunter. He's the big game hunter, right?
Do you not remember the quest we went on?
Sorry, dude.
All those fucking pages.
Sorry, man. No, that's a good call. That's a good call.
I'd like to brainstorm about other classes now.
So the new mountainous area of Legion, have you guys noticed that's fucking Game of Thrones? Just in the reveals that they've done so far, that shit is Game of Thrones.
You know, Blizzard, that's, again, I go back to the fucking Merc mode. Blizzard does that shit and they don't have any shame about it.
No, they're inspired, dude.
Inspired.
Yeah. I mean, I don't say there's anything wrong with it, but that's what the fuck shit is.
They have no shame.
Like, for Pharrell and Robin Thicke, they were inspired to give an homage to somebody, then got sued for it.
So Eric, I'm in that area right now. Shadowwall. That's what you're talking about.
That's what it is. I'm sorry. So Ebonhold is Arcus?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, I do feel like the DK would get kind of gypped because of that. I mean, like it's the same thing they've had for 4 expansions now.
Dude, I love Ebonhold, and I think they have the potential. You know, it depends on who the developer is for DK.
They might just revamp it.
Yeah, I really think that they're going to take Ebonhold, they're going to move it somewhere else, and that's going to be the class area.
We can move it. They can move it like fucking Dalaran. Jesus.
No, Dalaran. I don't even know what to do with that place. Aside from
to begin with,
why'd you hate it?
Because I'm fucking claustrophobic.
Okay.
I would have said that should be the mage class hall. I mean, if they hadn't moved it, that's where I would have assumed they would have put it.
Dude, it should be the mage class hall because that's where
Kieran Tor lived there.
Kieran Tor are mages.
It's Dallin fucking
depending if what novel you're reading.
Where would you guys put the rogues?
Ooh, that's
that, right? Because they're talking about putting them in the sewers of Dalaran. They're talking about putting them somewhere else.
That. That's not.
No. You know where they need to go. Remember that area that you had right there by Terran Mills and South Shore?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. You go up there and there's a bunch of rogues running around. You got your
syndication, the syndication thing.
The syndication, yeah, that has to be their class
syndicate.
hall.
Yes, syndicate. Yep, I'm with you.
Syndication. That's what happens whenever radio stations get another radio station. Yeah.
Warrior, Echo Isle.
Why Echo Isles?
Oh, they trashed that shit in Cataclysm.
I know they did. They did.
That was like the biggest travesty ever.
Yeah.
Like you do your Whirlwind.
Yes, the Whirlwind Act. Sean, this was you may not know this, but when you leveled a warrior back in the day before the Cataclysm revamp, you went to get your Berserker stance. You had to go on a quest, and to get it, you had to get into this arena or whatever with a bunch of fucking dudes and beat a bunch of dudes, and you got Berserker stance and you also got a Whirlwind Axe. It's just like super old.
Whirlwind Axe was later. It's a different quest.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It's super old school warrior nostalgic. So I really hope there's a fucking glimmer, and I don't think they're gonna do it, but I really hope they bring back Echo Isle for the warrior class hall.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. I remember something vaguely of Corey mentioning that as well.
Corey said that.
Yeah, dude. That is Echo Isle.
I mean, every warrior had to go through it.
Right.
Back in the day, even if you were a prot warrior, you still had to go get your berserker stance.
They've essentially said that shamans are going to go to the Maelstrom, which makes sense. It's boring, but it makes sense.
Yeah, but that's all hippie thrall shit.
Yeah.
I'm not down with hippie thrall.
Yeah.
Well, look, man. Look, he got plate armor to do his, and became war chief, and he got.
I'm a kimono thrall now.
Yeah, and he got the big fucking peace beads hanging around his goddamn neck.
Dude, Garrosh ripped that shit out.
Yeah, he did.
And it was about time. Look, I'm not saying Garrosh was right, but he wasn't fucking wrong.
He was a badass. At least.
Wrong. Well,
so what about warlocks?
No, they get their own little world. They said something about them going to the home world of where the Legion was captured or whatever. Fuck warlocks. Something
really
interesting. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's news to me.
No, they said it in the Gamescom thing.
Huh.
Hey, 1 second, somebody's at my door. I gotta figure out who this is.
Is it 2 pizzas?
No, that ain't happened since California. Let's not talk about that. I'll be right back.
Eric?
What?
So, you've played Paladin for quite some time. How do you feel about the Paladin Hall being in a human zone?
Well, it's not. It's wait. Well, it's basically they turn in Light's Chapel into a basement, right? And that's where we go. It sounds weird from a Paladin standpoint to begin with, but it makes sense. I mean, Tyrion Fordring, who apparently is gonna spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah, and
I mean, they kind of said that though.
Yeah, I'm okay with him dying. Yeah, they did.
No,
They
get the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, you had your time. You could have took the fucking Lich King hat.
That's right.
But no, you let some other dude do it for you.
That's right.
I'm okay with him being in the fucking basement.
Yep.
We got big signs that say no soliciting, and I still get motherfuckers that are trying to sell me shit at my door.
Was it some magazines? It was magazines, wasn't it?
No, I think it's some Jesus folks, but
Sean, we're talking about the Paladin class hall right now.
Yeah, I said how it's bullshit. I don't care if it's in the basement. What?
Yeah, I think Lights Hope Chapel is a kind of cop out.
Well, especially since Lighthouse Chapel has been fucking co-opted by DKs.
It haven't been co-opted. That's where fucking. That's where the Ashbringer became the Holy Ashbringer instead of the unholy Ashbringer. It's
true, but who were they fighting when that happened?
It has a lot of mixed lore, but regardless, I think it's a cop out. I think that they're. I don't necessarily know where else they would put it, but.
Well, I think it really boils down to is where can both factions meet up in a crossover area. Ebenhold for DKs, Lights Hope Chapel for Paladins makes sense if you look at it that way.
It does make sense because when you were doing Extremis and all this shit and Argent Dawn, you turned all that stuff in there, and Argent Dawn was all Paladins, right?
That's true. I see what you're saying, but to me that's just a human area. It feels human. It's a fucking castle. It's constructed exactly like the human starting area. It's the exact same floor plan. But Lights Hope Chapel is what it is.
I want to know where priest class halls are going to be.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
Yeah, I have no speculation whatsoever for that.
Yeah, I mean. Are you gonna have a fucking holy priest and a shadow priest in the same place?
Right.
They're completely opposite things.
Right.
How can you do that? I don't understand. We're gonna do it's not gonna be what's it? Fucking Two-Face. Draw a line down the middle.
I make my own luck.
Right. You can draw it down the middle. Hey, you guys, you're purple. Hey, you guys, you're white.
Wait. Did I just hear that racist statement come out of your mouth?
They are white! Damn it, they're holy! Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
I have no speculation whatsoever for the priest.
Thank God this is YouTube and we can't get in trouble for this. No, I just think of the benediction tier. It's white with the angel wings. Oh God.
I did.
Oh man, this is not going good at all. All right.
This took a downhill turn quickly.
Say another class, any class. This is another class.
So
Rogue. No, we already talked about Rogue.
We did Rogue. So mages. We said mages should be in Dalaran. All three of us agreed on that, but obviously it's not going to be. So
why wouldn't it be?
That's going to be the capital city, so I don't necessarily know that they'll use it.
Yeah, well, it would be the capital city, but it's not the tower.
It could be a perk. A perk. They just like they're in the capital city. They're going to go to the fucking class hall.
What you just said though, Karazhan. It could be Karazhan, where Medivh is hanging out. You know, that was Medivh's shit.
They said Karazhan was going to be important.
Karazhan's fucking huge. It could have all kinds of different fucking sectors.
I've rated Karazhan. It's not that fucking big, other than that fucking trash pull for like 60 fucking minutes.
Karazhan equals Hogwarts. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Enough and point taken.
I think
where would druids be?
Oh, that's easy, dude. They're going to be up in that fucking druid area up there in Kalimdor.
Moonglade.
Yeah, Moonglade.
Yeah, that's easy.
Whether
they move it or not, I don't think they will. But that is definitely going to be there.
It could be in the new area, though. But, I mean, I really think we're sticking with a nostalgic theme here. They have that place where fucking Malfurion became a druid and all that shit. It could be there, but I really think Moonglade makes more sense. People, old school druids quested for their forms there and that kind of shit. It has some real old school druid value to it.
Yeah, for sure. But what class are we missing here?
We're missing Monk.
No, Monk already has their own.
Yeah,
they kind of do. But do you think they're going to keep it?
Yeah, I think they're going to do it, and I don't even think they're going to move it.
We're going to take this continent. We're going to move it to the new continent.
I don't know.
I mean, monks came from a place. Where else are they going to go? They don't even get to select their faction until they're like fucking level 10.
It'll definitely be a mist. It'll definitely be somewhere in that expansion, but it could be like they might have something like this is where Shao became a monk, or this is where he was born, or this is where he had sex for the first time, or whatever.
And Arian's right. Karazhan has a crypt and an instance in the back.
Yeah,
Karazhan. Did she just log on just to tell us this?
No, she's been up for a while, bro.
No, she just logged on. I saw.
Yeah, but she's been listening to the podcast the whole time.
She better been. We gave her like several shouts out.
All right, so we covered warrior, paladin, hunter, rogue, priest, death knight, shaman, mage, warlock, monk, druid, hunter.
And I just wanted to be
pointed out.
I just wanted to be pointed out that I have like 3 serious DKs and 1 alliance DK.
You have an alliance DK?
Yes, I do.
So, okay. About that demon hunter class hall.
Dude, they can put that shit wherever they want to.
Where's it gonna be? It's gonna be Black Temple and Outland?
Probably.
Not necessarily. It's got to be Warcraft 3 Origins.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so Black Temple.
It's going to be the Warden's prison. It's going to be the Warden's prison.
Nah, fuck that.
It has to be, because that's where they all are right now.
Yeah,
the Warden's prison is a total cop-out.
What the fuck they're getting away from, though, and that shit's still controlled. Even though they got out, that shit's still controlled by the Wardens.
Hey,
that's not going to happen.
Well, where did we talk about hunters being?
It could be the Tomb of Sargeras. It could be like a little fucking... I don't know. I think that's supposed to be a raid, so that's probably
the Black Temple. It's going to be the Black Temple where Illidan, the original demon hunter.
That's an easy way out, right?
Training up there.
Yeah. That's an easy way out, right? That's probably what they'll do.
I like it though. I don't care if it's easy. I like it. That's where they were. That's where the fucking demon hunters were. And if you landed on that fucking terrace, you're gonna get your shit torn up. That's just all there is to it. There's that one guy in the corner I get to, but I gotta fight through 5 fucking packs of demon hunters. It's gonna take me an hour. I'm gonna need friends. They're gonna respawn before I get to the son of a bitch.
I tell you, of all the class halls, the one that's probably still the hardest for me to predict is probably the Warlock.
Well,
I know that they said they're going to have their own little world or whatever the fuck shit, but that's a cop out.
I give two fucks
Just like
about
alternate
Warlocks.
timelines.
So if it wasn't another world, and it wasn't like if they are trying to throw us off, where do you think it'll be? It's got to be some dark.
You know what?
West.
No. I know exactly where they would put that shit. It would be that area just south of Blasted Lands. Hold on,
God damn it! I'm not in game. I just like exit out my shit.
Well, I can't help it. Your fail, bro.
Aaron sent me a tell. I've been on the alt and LFR. You don't know shit.
Oh.
First of all, I know she didn't say that because Aaron would never say shit.
Yeah, I added the last part.
She's too good for that.
That's editor liberty.
Editor liberty. Fucking dude.
Yeah, I don't know where you're talking about, South. Are you talking about the altar?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, where there's like 3 dudes and they have swords and they're fucking.
Yep. It's over there in Eastern Kingdom.
That actually wouldn't be bad. You've never been there, Eric? There's an altar and it's either below or in Blasted Lands, and it has like there's like a big circle of fucking concrete, and there's 3 statues. There's 3 dudes.
It's called the excursion or something like
Blasted
that.
Lands?
Yeah.
It's sweet titties. It's been there since vanilla.
Yeah, and Warlocks actually had a class when they were getting their Felsteed that would take them down to that altar.
The southern entrance of the Black Rock Depths or whatever Black Rock Mountain is, right?
Right. No, you gotta go farther south. The Blasted Lands, bro. It's just south of the Dark Portal.
It's sweet, dude. You should go check it out. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Sean. That is.
Oh, the Burning Steps.
No. You're actually looking at zones, but this is within Blasted Lands itself. And before the Cataclysm, which was the shittiest expansion ever of any video game ever, caused more subscription cancellations. I'm sorry, I fucking hated the Cataclysm. I'm gonna go on a rant right now. Fuck Blizzard for fucking bringing in Cataclysm. Fuck Chris for bringing in that shit. That was the worst idea ever. And fuck you, Activision, for bringing that shit in. I don't know what you were fucking thinking, but I'm telling you right now, you could have gone out to a crackhead on the corner and gotten a fucking better idea than that shit. Fuck you.
Our special guest, Sean, ladies and gentlemen.
Score, son.
All right. So
why do I have an ass in my picture?
We were on our forums.
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't notice that right away.
What the hell? Like, why am I done? I'm done. What's going on here?
I don't know, but you got a big black screen. I don't know what that says about you, but I know what it says about everybody else.
I'm the racist.
Why? Listen, Linda.
Why is your icon doing calisthenics? That's what I want to know.
Aaron said the altar might get there, but it became kind of green because it's not Dark Shadow. Y'all not paying attention to this shit? Why is my ass on the screen?
I'm not in game. So we posted questions on our forums, and we asked for viewer questions. The viewer questions that we got are
really going to bring that up, man?
Hey, you got to do it.
Part of it.
The viewer questions that we got are going to intrigue you. So, Eric, have you ever sucked a dick you didn't like? Ask Mike.
That's easy. Not a single one.
So you liked everyone you sucked then?
Every single one.
Not a single one.
Every single one. John.
Yes, sir.
Would you prefer to suck one horse-sized penis or 100 duck-sized penises?
I'm gonna go with the one horse-sized penis.
Really? Really?
Dude,
I'm with Sean.
No, I'm like 100 duck sizes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No,
that's easy.
I'm not taking 100 loads. I don't care how
you would rather have 100 loads in your mouth than one.
Yeah, I don't care how
I'll
big
tell you
they are.
what. Like when I watch porn, the most impressive thing is like the chick taking the big dick, right?
So
Not the
I'm
chick
gonna
taking
go back to
100
the
dicks
fact.
that are like mediocre average.
Girl porn is so inappropriate.
Girl porn wasn't appropriate,
But
but
no,
the fact that you're
no,
willing
no,
to take
no,
a load in your mouth, that's okay.
We've
Listen.
lost Air.
Yeah, listen.
This is
I don't blame her, man. I don't log off too.
That concludes our viewer questions. Good job. You guys did well.
done. We need something more intriguing next time. I know it's above Mike and JJ.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
someone else, please, for the love of God, submit a question.
If you go to 3Inc LM, which is where you should be if you're watching this podcast, and you click on the little forums button up top, that should take you to our forums, and that's where you can submit your questions.
But it's going to be like our friend Corey has set it up to be this rather complex endeavor to actually register for the forums.
Look,
So
I want to say something in defense of Corey because, first of all, Corey is awesome, and I love that dude to death. Secondly, for Corey, it's simple because Corey, his mind does not work like everybody else's. And why the fuck do you have a drill?
I had to fix my desk earlier. Fixing it again.
So go on PvP, and the
same
expression seems
shit.
to work out for you.
He's not. He's just trying to show off his fucking triceps. What a douche.
I will say this though. You have access to power tools, and Andy never will.
And my wife gets me beer when I tell her to.
When I tell her to, is she in there? Is she in there right now?
She's not. She went to bed. But you
Yeah,
saw it. You
exactly.
can fucking rewind. It happened.
I want to know my ass is on the screen all the time now.
I think that does it, fellas.
All right, man.
We actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna look at the timer. Excluding your bullshit up front, hour and 20 minutes. Pretty good. We did good.
Yeah, it's not bad compared to the 3 hours.
3 hours? 2 hours and 50 minutes?
Good. I feel like we should have made this thing 3 hours. I'm just not getting loose. Just not getting loose.
Dude, I'm not. I haven't even hit the alcohol yet. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
There's things that alcohol
Here's the
tonight.
deal. We're going to stop this podcast. I'm going to go piss, get a beer, and we can start another one if y'all want.
After hours?
Sure.
Oh, there you
After
go. There's
party.
a new podcast.
Do it.
After
Yeah,
hours.
After hours podcast.
All right. Intermission. We'll be back.
Thanks. Laters.
Later.